on Huangzhou Street in the middle of the modern city. With the roar of the motorbikes around me, it may seem hard to believe that I'm standing on a historic site. But this whole area of the Thang Long citadel used to be the royal and ritual capital of Hanoi centuries ago. The remains of the Hanoi citadel, built by King Thang Long in 1805, are now bordered by 4 busy avenues: Huangzhou, Win Chi Fung, Fan Ding Fung, and Jiangbin Fu streets. The South Gate, or Duan Man, was the only entrance to the Forbidden City in the Li, Chan, and Lei dynasties, the most important cardinal direction in traditional Vietnamese architecture. Even today, 5 arches remain from the original Lei dynasty structure. From just inside the gate, visitors get a clear view of the Flag Tower of Hanoi, a fortress-like brick complex with a single octagonal turret, which was constructed together with the citadel in the early 19th century. When the Le So dynasty succeeded the Chan dynasty in the 15th century, the new rulers maintained the capital at Thang Long and continued construction of the royal complex with the Van Ta, Kan Chun, and Kin Tien palaces. Kin Tien lay at the heart of the Forbidden City, comprising the administrative core of the area where national events and rituals took place. The dragons were carved in the mid-15th century and are typical of sculptural styles in the Le So dynasty. They, along with the Duan Man Gate, are the only above-ground relics that survive from this period. Today, all that remains of the Kin Tien Palace are its foundations, but these stone dragons that guard its entrance still give visitors a sense of the grandeur and importance of the former building. Excavated materials from all historical strata of the archaeological site are displayed in a museum next door. I thought the most spectacular exhibits were the reddish-orange terracotta pieces that once adorned the palace roof. Ornamental tiles and sculptures of dragons and phoenixes with intricately rendered scales and feathers. After years buried underground, the remnants of the Thang Long citadel were unearthed by archaeologists just a decade ago. Most of the architectural features were discovered and excavated during the dig seasons from 2002 to 2004, which also yielded an abundance of artifacts going back 1,000 years. The site is located east of the Forbidden City at 18 Huangzhou Street, and its finds provide insight into the cultural and architectural evolution of the citadel over a 1,300-year period. The lowest, and therefore earliest, archaeological layer dates to the Daila period, 7th to 9th century AD, followed by remnants from the 10th century Din Tian Lei dynasties. Material from these early regimes is considered to be part of the pre-Thang Long period, because it comes from a time before this land was designated as the capital city. Important pre-Thang Long archaeological finds include brick foundations, roof tiles that covered wooden structures, and a system of drains and wells built from gray rectangular bricks. Above this section, archaeologists uncovered architectural forms beginning in the Li dynasty and continuing through the Chan and Lei dynasties. The complex overlapping layers of this period reflect a continuous cultural tradition that developed and changed over time. Architectural vestiges of the Li dynasty are clearly identifiable due to a clear system of buttresses, bases, open spaces, and foundations, which in this period were made from clay and bound with bricks. The courtyards were paved with square yellow bricks baked at a very high temperature. The rulers of the Chan dynasty for the most part sustained the building practices of their predecessors, which occasionally makes categorization difficult, but they also introduced new characteristic forms. For example, Chan bases were designed to resemble lemon flowers, and wells were constructed from red brick with a different fishbone-shaped technique. A later structure, known as the Haolao Pavilion, stands to the north of Qintian and was intended to shelter the palace according to the principles of yin and yang. Wen kings used this building to house concubines while on trips to the north, and for this reason it has also been called the Pavilion of Princesses. The northern gate, or Bakman, on Fandingfeng Street, was built under the Wen dynasty, and it is the only remaining entrance from that period. Embedded in its outer wall is a stone plaque inscribed with the date April 25, 1882, marking a spot damaged by 2 cannonballs during the French attack on the citadel.